Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berusaha Puan Fazlun binti Faisal, Pengetua SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara, Puan Nasibah binti Tan alias Abdul Manaf, Penolong Kanan Pentadbiran, Puan Fazida binti Faiz, Penolong Kanan Hal Ehwal Murid. Yang berusaha Pengetua SMK Seksyen 1 Bandar Kinrara, SMK Seksyen 3 Bandar Kinrara, SMK Pusat Bandar Puchong 1, SMK Bandar Puchong Jaya B, SMK Puchong Utama 1, SMK Taman Desaminium dan SMK Putra Perdana. Yang dihormati YDP PIPG SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara. Yang dihormati Barisan Pengurusan IPTS, FEN Education, Segi University, Health University dan UOW KDU. Barisan Rakan Pendidik, murid-murid, ibu bapa penjaga dan seterusnya hadirin dan hadirat sekalian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh dan salam PDPR kepada semua yang sedang mengikuti program yang dibawa secara langsung Anjuran Unit Bimbingan dan Kaunseling SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara melalui saluran YouTube Live dan juga laman Facebook SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara. Bagi pihak penganjur program, majlis berbesar hati mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih dan mengalu-alukan kehadiran semua hadirin ke program Jalinan dan Jaringan bersama IPTS, Konsultan dan Sekolah Fasa 1 bagi tahun 2020. Bersyukur kita kehadrat ilahi kerana walau diduga dengan penunaran wabak COVID-19 dan perlu akur Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan, namun dengan limpah kurnianya beserta kecanggihan teknologi dapat kita bersua secara dalam talian pada hari ini bagi menjayakan program ini. Bahkan program ini juga turut disertai 7 buah sekolah di PPD Petaling Perdana iaitu SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara, SMK Seksyen 1 Bandar Kinrara, SMK Seksyen 3 Bandar Kinrara, SMK Pusat Bandar Puchong 1, SMK Bandar Puchong Jaya B, SMK Puchong Utama 1 dan SMK Taman Desaminium serta sebuah sekolah di daerah Sepang iaitu SMK Putra Perdana. Syabas dan tahniah diucapkan. Hadirin dan hadirat, bagi memberkati program kita pada hari ini, marilah kita bersama-sama menadah tangan dan mengaminkan bacaan doa yang akan dipimpin oleh Cikgu Muhammad Syazril bin Aminuddin. Dengan segala hormatnya, dipersilakan.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Saya ucapkan kepada semua yang mengikuti program pada hari ini, program Jalinan dan Jaringan Hari Kerjaya. Kita mulakan program kita pada hari ini dengan bacaan doa dan kita mulakan doa kita dengan umul kitab Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Arrahmanirrahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, ya Rahman, ya Rahim, kami merafakkan rasa kesyukuran kepadamu kerana telah mengizinkan kami untuk berada dalam program Jalinan dan Jaringan Hari Kerjaya pada hari ini. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan yang Maha mengetahui, Berkatilah usaha-usaha kami. Mudah-mudahan dengan usaha-usaha ini, anak-anak didik kami akan menjadi pelajar yang cemerlang, terbilang, pelajar yang disegani dan dihormati, sama ada dalam aspek akademik maupun co-curriculum. Seterusnya mampu melahirkan generasi yang berjaya di dunia dan di akhirat. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Mudah-mudahan maklumat yang diberikan dalam program Kerjaya ini dapat membantu kami dalam kecemerlangan diri dan lebih gemilang. Dan jadikanlah pelajar-pelajar ini sentiasa dahagakan ilmu pengetahuan dan sentiasa berusaha bersungguh-sungguh untuk meningkatkan prestasi dan pelajaran mereka, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Kau makbulkanlah doa kami, Ya Allah. Mudah-mudahan pelajar pada hari ini terus berjaya di dunia dan akhirat. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu alaihi Muhammadin wa ala alihi washabihi wasallam. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin, amin, amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada Cikgu Muhammad Syazril bin Aminuddin atas pimpinan bacaan doa itu sebentar tadi. Tuan-tuan, puan-puan dan para penonton sekalian, seterusnya mari kita bersama-sama menonton ulang siar ucapan Alu-aluan yang berusaha Puan Fazlun binti Faisal, Pengetua SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara. Majlis dengan segala hormatnya mempersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang dihormati Puan Wan Fauziah binti Wan Abdullah, Timbalan Pendidikan Daerah, Sektor Pembangunan Murid, PPD Petaling Perdana. Yang berusaha Pengetua SMK Seksyen 1 Bandar Kinrara, Pengetua SMK Seksyen 3 Bandar Kinrara, Pengetua SMK Pusat Bandar Puchong 1, Pengetua SMK Bandar Puchong Jaya B, Pengetua SMK Puchong Utama 1, Pengetua SMK Taman Desaminium, Pengetua SMK Putra Perdana, yang dipertua BIBG SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara, Fan Education, pengurusan IPTS, para ibu bapa, pelajar-pelajar tingkatan 5, tahun 2020. Alhamdulillah, saya mengucapkan setinggi-tinggi kesyukuran kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala kerana dengan izinnya kita dapat berkumpul pada hari ini secara atas talian bagi menjayakan program Jaringan dan Jalinan Hari Kerjaya Fasa 1 SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara tahun 2020. Melalui program ini diharap ia dapat menjalin hubungan dua hala dengan sekolah-sekolah lain dan institut pengajian tinggi swasta di samping mengeratkan lagi hubungan jaringan dan jalinan sedia ada dengan komuniti setempat. Hadirin sekalian, saya dengan berbesar hati mengucapkan selamat datang kepada para hadirin sekalian, khasnya para jemputan Puan Wan Fauziah binti Wan Abdullah, semua pengetua dari sekolah-sekolah daerah PPD Petaling Perdana dan pengetua SMK Putra Perdana dari PPD Sepang, barisan pentadbir, guru-guru, unit bimbingan kaunseling, PIBG SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara, para ibu bapa dan semua pelajar tingkatan 5 yang hadir dalam sesi webinar ini. Kehadiran tuan-tuan, puan-puan dan pelajar tingkatan 5 merupakan satu penghormatan bagi pihak kami. Dan sekali lagi kami ucapkan ribuan terima kasih. Menyedari betapa pentingnya hala tuju kerjaya, maka unit hal ehwal murid dan unit bimbingan dan kaunseling SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara telah mengambil inisiatif menganjurkan Hari Kerjaya Fasa 1 dari 7 sehingga 9 Disember 2020 secara atas talian. Dan ianya adalah satu program yang julung-julung kali diadakan kerana melibatkan 7 buah sekolah di PPD Petaling Perdana serta sebuah sekolah dari PPD Sepang iaitu SMK Putra Perdana. Pelibatan beberapa sekolah untuk program ini adalah merupakan satu bentuk perkongsian pintar dalam membina jaringan dan jalinan di antara sekolah dan pihak IPTS. Hadirin yang saya muliakan, untuk fasa 1 ini, 3 IPTS terlibat dalam menjayakan program ini, iaitu Segi Universiti, Hub Universiti dan KDU. Untuk makluman, baru-baru ini SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara telah berjaya melaksanakan beberapa program sesi teknik menjawab SPM bagi mata pelajaran Bahasa Melayu, Bahasa Inggeris, Sejarah, Matematik dan Sains melalui medium YouTube Live. Selain itu, beberapa IPTS lain seperti Inti College, APU dan Manipur International University juga telah melaksanakan program kolaboratif seumpama ini bagi menyampaikan informasi kerjaya. Walaupun dalam tempoh PKPD, pelaksanaan pengajaran dan pembelajaran tetap diteruskan secara dalam talian dan luar talian. Pelbagai usaha dilaksanakan bagi memastikan semua pelajar mendapat akses pendidikan secara menyeluruh selari dengan ajakan pertama PPPM, iaitu menyediakan kesamarataan akses kepada pendidikan berkualiti bertaraf antarabangsa. Dalam mendepani cabaran pandemik COVID-19, ia bukanlah satu halangan untuk para pelajar mendapatkan informasi berkaitan laluan kerjaya. Selain itu, program ini juga dapat meningkatkan kesedaran dan pengetahuan pelajar mengenai peluang pekerjaan dalam pelbagai bidang dan membantu mereka membuat persediaan awal demi kecemerlangan hidup pada masa hadapan. Secara tidak langsung, perkongsian dan pendedahan maklumat terkini dari alam pendidikan ke alam kerjaya dapat membantu pelajar-pelajar bersedia lebih awal dengan lebih baik untuk mengharungi kehidupan selepas zaman persekolahan. Oleh yang demikian, pemilihan bidang pelajaran yang sesuai dan tepat amat penting di peringkat menengah dan pengajian tinggi. Pelajar perlu menaruh minat terhadap kerja yang mereka impikan pada masa hadapan dan memilih bidang pengajian yang sesuai. Buat semua pelajar calon SPM, walaupun anda akan menduduki peperiksaan SPM pada bulan Februari tahun 2021, namun informasi dalam program ini penting dalam menentukan hala tuju anda. Melalui sesi webinar ini, pelajar boleh terus mengajukan pertanyaan kepada pihak IPTS yang terlibat. Bersama-sama kita di sini, guru unit bimbingan kaunseling juga turut hadir. Program ini adalah merupakan program komunikasi dua hala. Manfaatkanlah peluang ini untuk mendapatkan informasi terkini. Di kesempatan ini juga, saya mendoakan semua pelajar tingkatan 5 tahun 2020 berjaya mendapat keputusan cemerlang dalam SPM kelak. Selepas mengakhiri bicara, saya mengambil kesempatan ini untuk merakamkan jutaan terima kasih dan penghargaan kepada Jawatan Kuasa Kerja, Unit Hal Ehwal Murid dan Unit Bimbingan Kaunseling SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara, guru moderator dan semua yang terlibat secara langsung dan tidak langsung atas usaha gigih mereka untuk merealisasikan program ini. Harapan saya agar program ini dapat dimanfaatkan sepenuhnya bagi mencapai objektif yang disasarkan. Saya akhiri dengan seragam pantun. Tersegam kukuh, cantik istana, singgah sana indah, bersemayam sultan. Kerjaya impian, jadi rencana. Generasi berwawasan menjana pendapatan. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah.
Majlis merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada Puan Fazlun binti Faisal, Pengetua SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara atas ucapan Alu-aluan sebentar tadi. Baiklah hadirin dan hadirat sekalian, izinkan saya untuk mengendalikan majlis dalam sesi semi formal. Okey, kerana hari ini merupakan hari ketiga sebenarnya untuk kita bersiaran atas nama program Jalinan dan Jaringan bersama IPTS dan Konsultan Sekolah tahun 2020 bagi Fasa 1. Dan suka untuk saya maklumkan sebelum kita teruskan dengan menjemput konsultan-konsultan jemputan daripada IPTS, sedikit peringatan mesra kepada para penonton, terutamanya yang sedang menonton siaran langsung melalui YouTube channel dan juga Facebook page SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara, agar sentiasa menggunakan bahasa atau berbicara secara berhemah jika menulis di ruangan komen, dan jika ada sebarang persoalan, ada apa-apa yang perlu untuk ditanya kepada konsultan-konsultan kita, bolehlah type di ruangan komen. Okey, untuk makluman hadirin dan hadirat yang kini berada di dalam talian, program Jalinan dan Jaringan bersama IPTS Konsultan dan Sekolah Fasa 1 ini sebenarnya telah dijalankan selama 3 hari. Okey, jadi tanpa membuang masa, kita persilakan konsultan kita yang pertama daripada FEN FEN Education ya. Hai Ken.
Hai,
berjumpa lagi hari ni. Ya. Okey, saya serahkan majlis ini kepada Ken.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so selamat petang ya kepada pengetua, guru dan pelajar yang dikasihi. Nama saya Kenneth dari Fund Education. Fund Education ialah sebuah pusat kaunseling yang membantu pelajar untuk memahami minat mereka dalam sesuatu bidang atau membimbing pelajar untuk memilih kursus yang bersesuaian dengan minat mereka. Okay, so Fund juga mewakili 200 universiti termasuk kolej di seluruh Malaysia dan juga luar negara lain seperti Switzerland, UK, Australia dan lain-lain. Okay, so Fund Education ada pelbagai perkhidmatan. Contohnya kita ada career personality test untuk student yang mereka tak pasti arah tuju mana lagi. Okay, and then kita ada provide information unit untuk terkini punya. So kalau student nak information university, boleh cari Fund Education. Okay, so next kita ada tolong student untuk mencari universiti yang mereka minat. Okay, sebab kita ada mewakili 200 universiti. And then kita ada bawa student untuk ke campus visit. Dan last kali, kalau student mereka tak pasti macam mana nak register ke universiti atau college, kita boleh membantu student. Alright. Last kali, scholarship. So kalau student mereka tak pasti tentang scholarship atau tak pasti macam mana nak tengok itu scholarship, kita pun akan bantu student. Alright. So ini semua servis ialah free untuk student lah. Alright. So kalau student ada any information yang nak tanya kita, boleh datang ke FB page kita Fund Education dan PM kita. Alright. So last kali sebab sekarang kan COVID, so hope you guys SPM can get a good result lah. Alright. So I pass back to the teacher. Alright.
Okay, thank you very much to Kenneth. Okay, Kenneth is actually from FEN Education, FEN, FEN Education. Jadi sekiranya ada apa-apa persoalan yang nak ditanya kepada FEN, nanti boleh tanya di ruangan komen. Terima kasih, Ken.
Alright, thanks. Thank you.
Baik hadirin dan hadiran sekalian, saya pasti ramai yang tertunggu-tunggu apa perkongsian ilmiah kita pada hari ini, dan hari ini merupakan hari terakhir kita bersiaran selepas 3 hari berturut-turut kita menjayakan program ini, dan saya berharap kepada semua hadirin dan hadirat untuk terus bersama dengan kami. Dan jika anda menonton siaran ini dari Facebook page SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara, boleh tolong klik share, boleh komen, boleh like, okey, supaya program ini dapat disebar luas. Begitu juga dengan hadirin dan hadirat sedang menonton di YouTube channel SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara untuk sama-sama dapat kongsikan link siaran ini kepada rakan-rakan di luar sana supaya mereka juga dapat manfaat daripada program ini. Baik, majlis diteruskan dengan menjemput wakil dari pihak UOW KDU. Baik, saya jemput Miss Rinisha. Alright. Okay. Hi Miss Rinisha. Maybe you need to unmute your mic.
Okay. Hi Cikgu. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Before we start the session, I would like to read out the profile first, yeah? Okay, allow me to read out the profile. Okay. Graduated in Education, Bachelor of Science, Medical Bioscience, Monash University, Malaysia, and her current position now is as a marketing executive. She gives talk to schools on topics such as stress management, motivational talk, and career pathway. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Miss Rinisha to conduct the session. Okay, to you, Miss Rinisha.
Thank you so much, teacher. That was a very energetic introduction. Thank you. Okay, so hi everyone. First of all, hi to school principals, school teachers, and also to all the fellow students. I'm Rinisha from UOW Malaysia KDU. So today, I believe most of you here are from 5 students, and this year you'll be sitting for one of the most important examination, which is SPM. So I'll be sharing to you about pre and post SPM. So before that, I would like to share the screen first. Just a moment. Right. Okay, so today's topic is about the 2 P's of SPM. So many of you must be wondering, what is the 2 P's of SPM? So the first important question is, what do you do before SPM and what do you do after SPM? Me, when I was an SPM student, obviously before SPM, all of us must be doing revision and doing past year papers. That was the most important and vital thing. But now, due to COVID, a lot of students got affected, especially studying time and completing the syllabus on time was very, very difficult. So today I'll be sharing what are the things that you can do to make sure that you can get a better result for your SPM, and what are the things to do after getting your result for SPM, right? So pre-SPM. One most important problems that most of the students endure is last minute SPM preparation. So as a student myself, I had this problem. When preparing for SPM, even you start studying way earlier, but doing the last minute preparation is always in most of us. So during this period, during the pandemic, you feel like you're hanging by a thread during this pandemic. So there's actually few tips on how to prepare for this last minute SPM, right? There's only few more months before your SPM, thus there's few tips. First of all, you need to keep calm and you need to believe that you still have time. Even though you don't have much time ahead of you, but try to focus and put effort in the remaining time you have. Let's say you have more than 2 to 3 months. Try to focus on the subjects or syllabus that you think that you're weak with. don't take the fear to root you, because when you have the fear at the first place, this is where you tend to fail, right? So first try to determine what are the subjects that you think that you're weak with, and then try to focus on the specific subject and put the effort and time on that. And the balance subject that you think that you still can manageable and you can do it later, right? Second thing is have a game plan. When I say have a game plan means learn time management skill, right? Strategize and plan on what to do. When you know that you're going to focus on certain subjects, try to put a time management for that subjects. You can't spend 3 to 4 hours for subjects that you think you can perform better, because what about the other subjects? There's almost 9 subjects for SPM if I'm not mistaken. So when you think that you have 2 subjects that you're really weak with, try to allocate the time accordingly for those subjects. The balanced time you can allocate for subjects that you think that you can perform way much more better. First, try to analyze the subjects. So every subject, not every topic you must be weak, right? For instance, biology. There's, let's say, for example, 12 topics. Out of the 12 topics, I'm sure there's 2 or 3 topics that you really can never understand. So try to strategize and have a plan on which subjects that you're really weak, or which subtopic that you're really weak with, and try to put timetable according to that. And from that, I can believe when you have a proper time management according to the subjects, you can manage your time better and you can prepare for your SPM much more better in a limited period of time. Third thing, do lots and lots of past year papers and exercise books. Why I say that past year papers are really important? When I was doing my SPM, I didn't believe that my past year papers would be very helpful. Throughout my 2 months before my SPM, a lot of past year papers actually helped me doing my SPM better. So doing past year papers and doing lots of exercise definitely will help you for your last minute SPM preparation. So when I say last minute SPM preparation, doesn't mean you didn't study throughout from beginning of the month and you start doing now. It doesn't work that way, guys. So you have to do it now in order to, you can start it later, where you can do it for your SPM as well. So it's very important to be very consistent. Fourth thing, eliminate distraction. So as a student, even myself, all of us need to admit we have distraction, right? So even when you're schooling time, we had distraction. We watch movie, we have phones and all that, right? Now, due to pandemic, everyone having online classes, and I believe it will be more distraction. As much as you want to concentrate and focus in your online classes, yet you still tend to play with your phone, you tend to get distracted in social media and all that. So my advice would be, when you're nearing SPM, you need to try to eliminate your distraction, and definitely you can do better for your SPM, right? Next thing, there's another few more tips for last minute exam preparation. So the previous one would be on general things that you can do for your last minute SPM preparation. The second one would be a more specific one, right? So this is like previously I say do an overall review of subjects. When I say do an overall review of subjects means, in certain subjects, there's a lot of subtopics. You need to really understand what are your strengths of your subtopics, what are your weak point of your subtopics, right? When you determine that, it will be much more easier and time consuming, save time in order to do your preparation for SPM. Second, you need to practice solving repeated problems. For instance, maths. I believe most of you here might love maths as much as it's either hate or love relationship with maths. There's no in between. So when you have an maths problems, try to practice the repeated problems as much as you can. When you know you can do it once, do it again, so that you know the mechanism to do the similar problem will be same for the next question, right? Third, write a mock examination at home. So why this is important? During the real exam, you won't get stress looking at the time. Oh, can I finish it in 1 hour time? Can I do my essay in another 2 hours? So it's very, very important to have a mock examination. Why this is important? So you have time yourself. let's say you just treat yourself as if like you're doing your examination at home, right? So take a past year paper, set your time, treat it like an examination, do it and see if you can finish in the given time. So this is a very important practice, because during the real SPM, you won't get stressed, you wouldn't think like, oh, I don't have enough time, you know. So it's really important to have a mock examination at home. For short revise method. So what I mean by short revise method is a very important technique where you read an information, you remember it, and you close your book and write down whatever you remember, write it down. So it actually enhance your memory skills, like how much you can remember in a certain period of time and how much you can write it down on a paper. And after that, you can check back, okay, how many things that you have written, how many things you didn't written. So you have to do the short revise method frequently so you can remember the important points that you needed for your examination later, right? The last one will be recollect and repeat difficult portions. When I say recollect and repeat difficult portions means it's very important to remember what are the subtopics that you study where you think it was difficult, and you bring it back again and try to remember and do that again and again. So in this, where you can remember things that you have forgot or things that you feel is difficult, but as time goes, when you do it as practice and you being consistent about that, it will be much more easier during your exam. So these are the most in-depth important tips for your last minute exam preparation, right? Okay, next. Positivity. So as much as I gave you so much of tips on things, what are the things that you can do, what are the what are the exams or what are the papers that you can do for your SPM, being positive is very, very important. Regardless how much or review of subjects you're doing, how many problems you're doing, if you don't have a positive mindset, all these are not possible, right? So it's very, very important to be a positive mindset that you can do, and don't ever give up on things easily, right? It's very, very important to maintain the positiveness, right? Next. Okay, I'm going to share a short video, a quick one, where what are the 5 major tips for last minute exam preparation. So the first one would be a very quick general one. The second tips I showed you, it's also similar to this, but this is an intense one where you can use it in a daily routine of your study period before your SPM exam preparation, right? So I'll play with the video right now.
If you're part of 70% of students who study in the last minute, these quick tips should help you prepare for your examinations. Number 1. Prioritize. You can't learn everything. Research which chapters are important. Look into previous question papers and identify common patterns. Number 2. Don't cram. Do not try to study large amount of information in a short time. Study as shown that only the first and the last pieces of what you study during cramming is remembered. Number 3. Teach your friend. Explaining the subject to your friend will make you realize the missing gaps in your understanding and also strengthen your memory. Number 4. Mark key points. Marking key points as you study will help you quickly recollect when you revise. Number 5. Sleep well. Ensure you have a good night's sleep. Research has shown that information that you study before you sleep is what you will remember first.
Okay, so
If you're part
so sorry. Okay. Right. So the previous video. So the previous video, it shows a very intense sides of how to do a last minute preparation. These are the points that I didn't include in my presentation slide because I find this YouTube video was good. So just remember to prioritize, like I said, prioritize the subjects that you think that you're weak with. Second, don't cram. I know last minute exam preparation is hard, but try not to cram everything at one go. And teaching your friend is really important because when you teach your friend, your tendency of remembering things or subjects will be much more easier. And lastly was getting enough sleep and rest. And also make key points, highlight the key points which is important, right? Key points are
If your
actually, key points are really important, especially when you taking notes, and when you write key points during examination, when you highlight certain things, you'll tend to remember. So it's really important to take note of key points. So key points and keywords are very important, right? So despite all the tips, despite all the last minute exam preparation that I gave earlier, videos and all that, it's only possible if you have a good mental health and physical health, right? So it's really, really important for a student to have a good mental health. I know this COVID period has affected many students. It can be really stressful when you're being at home doing online studies and you don't have friends to speak with or share your ideas or even your topics that you want to speak. It's going to be difficult. But this is what we have to endure and come out from it in order to perform better in our SPM examination. So regardless whatever tips or any tips that I gave earlier, it only feasible and possible with a good mental health. In accordance to have a good mental health, first of all, you need to pause, breathe, and reflect. What I mean by pause, reflect, and breathe, when you think that you are really being disturbed with any emotions, try to take a slow breath. Slow breathing is definitely reduce your stress because it gives some kind of signaling to your brain and it relaxes your body. So when you relax your whole body, you think better. When you think better, you can perform better. So having a good mental health is very, very important before you can even think about the preparation tips for your SPM, right? Try to reflect. Notice how you feel and on what are you thinking. So your feelings and emotions are really important equally. Don't be judgmental about anything. Don't try to compare your friends or anyone through social media, or don't do any comparison because someone else are having more difficult times out there, right? Try to remember that. And second, most important thing, value yourself. Valuing yourself is most important thing for your mental health. So most students are being affected with mental health because they don't value themselves. That's the first thing. So avoid self-criticism and stop comparing your life with others. When you find a meaningful activity to do, you will enjoy to do it. So these are the few things that you have to take control by yourself in order to have a good mental health. When you have a good mental health, for sure you can perform better for your SPM, right? Second thing, physical health. So as much as your mental health is important, your physical health is also important, right? So what I mean by physical health, keep a healthy routine. Keeping healthy routine is very important because before SPM, I know the time is very limited right now. If you don't have enough sleep, if you don't have proper food and proper meals on time, it's gonna affect you. So what will happen during the day of SPM, whatever things that you're not giving a self-respect or physical health respect for your body, it will affect you later. So for example, you're not having enough sleep and probably during SPM exam day, you might get blank. Whatever you study, you might forgot that. So please remember, it's really, really crucial and important to have a good physical health. Sleep on time, eat healthy. Eating healthy is also important, but do remember to eat healthy at regular times. When I say regular times, your breakfast, dinner, lunch must be on right? Exercise regularly. Allocate your time for studying and resting. You can't, just because you have a limited time for your SPM doesn't mean you need to study throughout the whole day, right? So allocate your time accordingly. That's why you need a timetable. Take a regular breaks from screen activities. When I say take a regular break from screen activities means try not to be so into social media or your general YouTubes or now you have to watch it because it's very important topic, but try not to be on screen too often, right? That's really important. Second, mental health and physical health is very important, right? These are the most important thing, and then you can focus on the other tips that I gave way earlier. Okay, so my question now is, do you want to reach your goal? If you want to reach your goal, you must be 1% better today than you were yesterday. So reaching your goal, your end goal now for current situation is getting a good result for your SPM. So if you think that's your goal, do you think you are better than yesterday? You must be at least 1% better than yesterday to achieve that goal that you wanted to. So if you're a person who don't have a timetable, or you never had a self-discipline, you never felt self-motivated about doing things, you were like, oh, this pandemic has ruined everything, I can't do it, SPM is going to be difficult. Now is the time to change. If you think today is the 1% that you're going to put in, joining this talk is already that 1%. So if you think that you want to do better for your SPM, you need to be 1% better today than you were yesterday, right? That's very important. Second, two things in your life you are in total control over are your attitude and your effort. So your attitude is very important. This is where your discipline takes place. So doing a timetable is easy, but having focus and being precise and consistent about the timetable is very important. So that's where your attitude comes in. And how much effort you're putting in to follow the timetable, that is also important. So these two things, if you can control, I'm sure you can excel well in your any examination, even in your future life, right? So what are the 7 ways to stay motivated? Like I said earlier, your attitude and efforts are important, right? So to have that attitude, you need to feel motivated. So sometimes due to the pandemic, most of you might feel like really lazy. Oh my God, do you think like, can I do this? Can I really go through this? But your motivation, it feels like your motivation dying every day, right? So there's are the few ways to stay motivated. First of all, motivation is internal. Be your own coach. If you believe you will fail or succeed, you're right. What I mean by this is, only you can motivate yourself. No one else can come and motivate you. Oh, you can do, like today I can give and motivate you, but you have to take control and in charge of it. Whatever I speak today, it can be a motivation for you today, but bringing it for the next day is all in your hand. So it's very important to be your own coach. Second, remember what motivates you. So if you think that buying a big house or getting a big car, a luxurious car, if that's your end goal, if that's what motivates you, think about it. So I'm sure it gives you encouragement and motivation to do better every day. If you think for SPM you need to get straight A, that's your motivation, then think about it. So it motivates you to wake up every day early, go attend online classes and perform better. So that's the most important thing. Third, challenge yourself with a daily goal. Have a small goals every day. For instance, like today you can say, okay, today my goal is to study one topic from biology or one subtopic of biology. So tick on it. So at least you know, okay, I already hit this goal. The next goal. So you can start with a small goal and you can get the bigger goal, which is getting a straight A for your SPM. So everything starts with a small goal, and that's where you hit your bigger goal, right? So remember, you challenge yourself. Try to challenge yourself with a daily goal. Give yourself one goal per day. See if you can do it or not. If you can do it, you're there to hit your biggest goal, right? That's also important. The fourth thing is motion creates emotion. When I say motion creates emotion is get up your butt. I'm so sorry, but get up and make things happen. When I say this means you have to feel motivated, you have to make things happen. If you just sitting and just keep thinking that, oh, I can do it tomorrow, oh, I'll definitely do it the day after this, or okay, after I finish giving this topic, probably, oh, I'll start tomorrow. It doesn't work tomorrow. It's either today or never. That's it, right? The next one, to stay motivated, keep learning. So we always call learners are earners. So if you keep learning, you definitely enrich your mind and you will stay motivated because you're reading a lot of new stuff, you're reading a lot of new articles, new books, and it definitely keeps you motivated, right? To strive things or to do things better in your life. Next, hang out with superstars. When I say hang out with superstars, it's not actor or actors, but hang out with people who brings you the utmost motivations in you, right? Some friends, they'll be really motivation. They'll be like encouraging you to do better in class, to encourage you to perform better in classrooms, or they encourage you to do things that you think you can't do. So it's very, very important to hang out with people who can make you to shine or outshine things that you never thought about yourself, right? Next, reward yourself. When you reach your goals, acknowledge your win and reward yourself. When you think that you're already that, like I mentioned earlier, like the small goals, when you think you already achieved the small goals for that day, try to reward yourself like a small treat. Give it like an ice cream or anything. Let it be a very small thing. It makes you feel happy. For the next day, you'll feel like, okay, I need to do one more goal. So it's very important to reward yourself. So these are the 7 ways to keep you to stay motivated. And it's also important to not to follow all these, but at least some of these will keep you motivated, right? Next, okay, now after finishing the tips on how to do your last minute preparation for SPM, like having a good mental health and physical health, and giving you a self-motivation tips. After completing all this and you already complete the exam and you already get your SPM result. So after SPM result, what's next? So these are my next subtopic that I'm going to enter is post SPM. What's after SPM? My question to most of you here, I just want to ask, how many of you have planned what are you going to do after SPM? Anyone out there, have you all planned? Anyone? Like what course you're going to do? Probably you all can share. I just want to know, like, any one of you that have any idea, like, do you want to do your diploma, degree, or you want to do just take a break? Anyone? Probably you can type in the comment section below or the chat. I can read it. Anyone there? Just drop some ideas, like what are your thoughts? What have you all thought so far for after SPM? What you all planning to do? Like, or if you all know idea also, you all can still type it out. At least I can read some of your names, like what you all had planned.
Miss Rinisha,
Yeah.
we have one response here from Sajida. Sajida,
Okay.
veterinary.
Veterinary. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Oh, I also
Yeah.
can hear. They want to do CAT also. Okay, yes. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so I understand. Okay, I read another one also. They want to do CAT and veterinary, like teacher told me earlier. So, like for this course, do you know what are the routes for veterinary, or do you know what are the routes for CAT? You know your end goal. You want to be this medicine line, or you want to do veterinary. Do you want to do CAT, or you want to do medicine? But do you know how's the route to that? There's so many options. There's so many options out there. So many courses out there. So do you know what's the correct route? So here I just want to explain, this is the place that I think it's very important to focus, because when I was doing my examination as SPM student, I was all out. I did my exam well, I get a result, and that's it. The day that result came, my first question, what I'm going to do now? I had many dreams. I wanted to do engineering, medicine. I had so many plans, but it's just that which university, what course, or what to take? Is it diploma? Is it pre-U? Or should I do STPM because I got offered for STPM? Is it matriculation? Should I apply JPA? So I never had an elder sister, or I didn't use my school counselor's privilege, because that time probably I didn't know much, but I didn't use my school counselor privilege to go and ask. But most of the students will have these difficulties. Even until now, after SPM, when we are encountering students, they don't know what's the difference between diploma and foundation. Why some students prefer diploma? Why some students prefer pre-university? What are the difference between these both? I'll be really glad if any one of you knows the difference between diploma and pre-university. Kindly drop in the comment section below. I'll read it later. But here I just want to explain so that after getting your result, at least you have a basic idea on what are the courses or what are the subjects that you can choose to. So your end goal, which is your occupation or your career or your course that you want to choose, can be anything, but the route to the course is very, very important. Do you know what route to take? So here I'm going to present on how the route, what are the routes are there, what's the difference between each route, so that you have an idea on which pathway to choose from, right? Okay. So completing your SPM, you're faced with one of these paths. One, continuing your studies straight away at tertiary level, which means that majority of you definitely after finishing your SPM, you'll be taking going for universities or colleges. Second, taking a break, a gap year to refocus. So some of them, they will take a year gap to actually focus on what are the things they need, right? Third, like you'll be taking car license or doing some part-time job, right? So regardless anything that you choose, there's no right and wrong because the decision is in your hand and it should be something that suits you. It should be something that you feel you like to do it, right? Your decision shouldn't be influenced by your friends. Your course that you select shouldn't be influenced by your family members or your parents, right? Because this is this is your career, this is your growth path, right? So you have to decide what you're going to do, what course you're going to take. It's all in you, right? It's very important. So making your decision. First of all, when making your decision, after your result is out, you have to decide, first thing first, what field of study and qualification you need. So for example, so for this, I'll get an example of myself. So when I after finishing my SPM, I want to do something, I want to do something related to biology, right? Because I really love biology. So I knew the courses that I want to do is either medicine. There's a lot of courses in biology stream. So it's either medicine, medical bioscience, and there's also environmental science and all this. So if you know that these are the subjects that you like, or these are the course that you want to do, just list it down. Okay, so after getting a result, sit and think what are the subjects or what are the courses that you're interested in, rather than thinking about what are the career you want to do. Because if you think about the career that you would, like, say you want to do you want to become a doctor or you want to become an engineer or lawyer, these are the common things which the pathway are quite similar. But how about subjects that you think like graphic designers or game designers? All these are very niche programs and courses. So you have to sit and write down the top 10 subjects or top 10 courses that you think that suits you or suits your personality. So let's say you're not sure about that, you can take some personality tests online. Go and search some career personality tests. You just do 2 or 3, it will shows you which career suited you best. So from there you can get a base idea for your attitude or for your behavior, what kind of career suits you best. So yeah, so you can take the personality test online. So first thing, field of study and qualification. Courses can be grouped into arts-based courses and science-based courses. So if you are into arts-based courses, list down all the arts-based courses that you're interested in. If you're science-based courses, list down all the science-based courses. Or if it's career-based courses, you even can write all the careers that you're interested in. So this makes a clear thinking that, okay, these are the courses that I want to do and these are the qualifications that I need, right? So that's the first step. Second, what level of education you want to pursue. So level of education, when I said what level of education you want to pursue, it means whether you want to do a pre-university, you want to do a diploma, whether you want to do an ADTP or other professional qualification. So many, like I told earlier, many of you are not sure what's the difference between diploma and pre-university, right? If the differences I'll explain later, but when you know what kind of level of education you want to pursue, it's a bit easier to actually narrow down your search. which university you can go. So first thing first, which field of study you want to study and what kind of qualification you need to do. So take down a note, write down all the 10 or 15 or even 20 career or 20 courses that you like, just list it down. And second, what are the level of education you want to pursue? Is it you want to do a pre-university or you want to do diploma or ADTP? And then finally, you choose your institution. So why I say this hierarchy is important, because when you choose the institution, and then the institution will divert you to the courses they have, and then it change your career pathway, right? So it's very, very important to know what you need, and then narrow down the search to what kind of level you need, and then choose your institution, right? So it doesn't go based on, oh, okay, I want to go to this institution. From that institution, this course actually interests me. I want to go to that course. It doesn't work that way, because institution, yes, they offer all the courses, but does it offer the courses that what you really want, right? So it's not which institution you're going based on the courses that you want, but it's more like you choose the institution first and then you choose the course later, which doesn't resemble, because it comes should start with what courses that you're interested with, right? So choose the course, level of education, and choose your institution, whether you want to go to public or private institution, or either you can choose to go to foreign institution, right? Okay, so these are the routes after SPM. After SPM, there's few pathway. You can choose pre-university studies, diploma programs, and certificate programs. So after SPM, there's also other options, but these are the most majority options they usually opt for: pre-university studies, diploma programs, and certificate programs. So for pre-university studies, there's STPM, A-levels, foundations, matriculation, international bachelor, and OSMAC, SAM, and CPU. Okay, now the pre-university studies and diploma. I just want to know, how many of you knows pre-university studies and diploma? Anyone knows what's the difference between pre-university studies and diploma, right? Anyone have left any comment? What's the difference between pre-university and diploma? I think no, but I'll just continue. Okay, so pre-university is 1 year course, right? It's a very short period of time where it's just 1 year, and you'll be studying all the basic subjects, right? For example, let's say medical bioscience. I'll just give my example. Medical bioscience. For pre-university, I'll be studying subjects like English, chemistry, biology, and mathematics. I'll be doing these 4 basic subjects. On the other hand, diploma, I'll be doing for 2 years. I'll be doing the subjects itself. What subjects that I'll be studying for my medical bioscience, like cellular biology, pharmacology, all this will be on my first year and second year of diploma. So why some students choose pre-university and some chooses diploma? Pre-university, because it's a very 4 basic subjects, right? Like I said, it's just biology, chemistry, and I mean, it depends. Like I gave an example, medical bioscience. These 4, let's say I changed my mind after a year. I want to do medical bioscience, but I want to do medicine. So I still can go to medicine. Same goes to diploma. Let's say I do 2 years of medical bioscience course for diploma. I'll be doing 2 years intense subjects of bachelor's medical bioscience. But the thing is, after the 2 years, I still can go to medicine, but some subjects I have to take again. But for pre-university and diploma, the major difference is nothing much. Pre-university 1 year, diploma is 2 years, right? But after completing your pre-university 1 year, you'll be studying your bachelor degree for 3 years. So it comes to 4 years. But for your diploma programs, it's 2 years in the beginning, and you'll be doing your bachelor degree for another 2 years. So both are also 4 years. So for pre-universities and diploma is equivalent to 4 years. The only difference will be after diploma, you can go to the job immediately, which means you doesn't need a degree to go in, enter the job industry. After diploma, you straight can go to the job industry and they can absorb you easily. But after pre-U, you can't enter the job industry that you want to do, because diploma is where you'll be studying the subject by the course itself. Whatever you're going to study on your your bachelor degree program, you'll be studying on your first year. But on pre-university, you'll be studying a very basic subject and basic program courses, and that's why you can't go to workforce, right? So these are the major differences. And for under pre-university, there's STPM, A-levels, A-levels, foundations, matriculations, international-based bachelor. I said OSMAT, SAM, and CPU. OSMAT is Australian Pre-University. SAM is South Australian Matriculation. It's also same like an OSMAT. And CPU is Canadian Pre-University, right? I'll explain in detail later why some people choose OSMAT, SAM, and CPU. After finishing your pre-U or diploma, you'll go to the next stage, which is your bachelor degree program. If you can see, after the diploma, if you can see my slide, after diploma program, you go into year 2, right? So diploma program is actually preparing you straight to year 2 of your bachelor program. But if you see your pre-university, the arrow goes to year 1, which means even after finishing your pre-university, you have to go to the year 1 of bachelor. So after finishing your diploma, you straight can go to the year 2. It's like jumping from the year 1 to goes to year 2, right? So bachelor program, that's where you choose your science-based courses and arts-based courses, arts and science-based courses. After that, you finish your master's and you can do your doctorate program. Okay, there's also another option. After completing your SPM, you can enter professional qualification. What I mean by professional qualification is ACCA, ICEW, where you major a particular, you wanted to major a particular field after SPM, like accountancy, started accountancy, qualification awarded by qualification awarded by professional bodies, right? Okay, the next thing, the general entry requirement for SPM and O-level, regardless whatever result or regardless whatever subjects that you take, right? Just remember, I mean, just because I'm saying this, don't take this in, but also remember that if you have 5 credits, you can enter your pre-U program. If you have 1 credit, you can't do your pre-university or diploma program. So if you're not a very good performing student, but you really want to enter the diploma programs or pre-U programs, try to get at least minimum 3 credits so you can do your diploma programs, right? One of the most major problems that I'm facing with students when I'm counseling them is having less credits. So why? Because when they want to do their diploma in engineering or diploma in culinary or any other diploma courses, they have less credits. So when you have less credits, you have to repeat your SPM subjects. You have to resit your certain subjects. So you want to really avoid that. So try to get, if you want to do pre-U programs, try to get minimum 5 credit with the specific subject requirements. Let's say if you want to do engineering, you have to get credits in your physics and mathematics. And if you want to do your computer science, you have to get credits in advanced. And also, if you want to do your diploma, you have to get minimum 3 credits. So pre-U programs, minimum 5 credits, diploma, minimum 3 credits. Or if you are planning to do certificate programs, be minimum 1 credit. When I say certificate programs, are programs that you have to do certificates and then only you can do your diploma. It's like after SPM, you can't do your diploma or your pre-university. You have to do a certification because you didn't do well for your SPM. So you have to do a certificate program and then do your diploma and pre-university. That's how the flow will be. So it's very important. Please try to get minimum 5 credit or 3 credit on the subjects or which is relevant with the courses that you plan to take, right? Okay, next, what are the more options after SPM? There's also JPK skills and training program. So for those who want to build their skill, let's say for students who prefer, they don't like to study or they prefer more hands work, okay, so they can do for JPK skills training program, which means they can build their skills. It's more meant for students who want to find work right after the course. So JPK skill training programs is a very short period span program where you just need few months and then you just go out to a working industry. Okay, so usually it's available in local polytechnics and community colleges in Malaysia. Other than that, you can take after SPM, you can take qualification offered by semi-professional bodies, Teachers Education Institute, and also American Degree Transfer Program. It's 4+0. Okay. Most students will also have confusion on this. After SPM, what is this American Degree Transfer Program? American Degree Transfer Program is 4 years program where after SPM, you straight enter for your degree program. So you must be thinking, I told earlier there's only pre-U diploma where after SPM, you have to do a pre-U and diploma in order to enter degree. How come this American Degree Transfer Program, you straight can go to degree, right? Okay, so here is this. America, their system of education is very different compared to Asia countries, many Asia countries. So in America, after finishing SPM, let's say 2 years you do here ADTP program, they call it American Degree Transfer Program, and 2 years you transfer to America. So these are the thing where they count by credit system, credit hours, right? So when you finish 60 credit hours for 2 years in Malaysia, and then you can transfer that credit hours to America and do another 2 years there, where the 2 years will be majoring in the subjects that you want. So bear in mind, you with this American Degree Transfer Program, that you can't do courses like accounting, science project programs, or medicine, something like that. So there's very limited subjects or very limited courses available for American Degree Transfer Program. Okay, next. There's also differentiations between A-level, foundation, STPM, CPU, OSPED, IB diploma, ADP, and also diploma, right? So the duration for each programs are very different. For instance, let's say for diploma, for A level is usually 1.5 years to 2 years the duration. So that's why after SPM, some students they prefer to take A level, some students they prefer to take foundation, and some of them prefer to take STPM. So for A level, it's 1.5 years to 2 years, where the cost will be approximately 16 to 35K. Why A levels? The most of the students, they choose A level because it's recognized around the world. It gives you the flexibility to choosing the country to study and a university after completing it. So which means if your student after SPM, you are trying to take A level, means it's internationally recognized and you can use it everywhere. So that's why some students prefer to opt for A level. Foundation is a 1-year program. Okay, foundations, most of the foundation are curated according to that university, to the certain university. Let's say you're doing foundation, it is actually when you're doing in that university, that foundation, you can easily transfer to their degree program. So it's very important to know what foundation you're doing. Let's say you have a plan to transfer after your foundation to different university, make sure to ask a question to the university if I can use this foundation in a different university, or if I can use this foundation on if I want to transfer to any other universities, right? It's very, very important. So choose option which is decided in, it's very, very important to ask if the foundation relevant to the course that you're taking. Next, STPM is free of charge, also recognized around the world. Bear in mind, a lot of students didn't know about this, that STPM is also recognized around the world. So it is also equivalent to A level. The only difference is A level is there's cost for that, but STPM there's no cost. And most students opt for STPM if they want to be accepted in public universities. Okay, CPU is Canadian pre-university. Let's say you're planning to go to Canada, so you'll be taking this program called CPU. So all this program, A level, foundation, STPM, CPU, OSPED, is all programs is like pre-university programs which you can opt after your SPM, right? So A level international recognized, foundations also recognized, but you need to know if the foundation is applicable on the university that you want to go. STPM, you can do it in Malaysia, and it's also international recognized. CPU, if you want to transfer, it's give you a flexibility if you want to do in many universities in world, but mostly in Canada, and also OSMED. OSMED, if you're going to study in Australia, this is the best option. If you're planning to do, let's say you want to do 1 year here in Malaysia and then transfer to Australia, OSMED is a choice for you. But also recognized in other parts of the world, but you need to make sure that you need to ask to the certain university, okay, do you accept OSMED, right? IB diploma offered by international schools, and ADP is American Degree Transfer Program that I told earlier. After SPM, you can do your ADP Bachelor Degree, 2 years in Malaysia, 2 years in America. You also can do in different countries like Australia, Germany as well, if it's not in America, but only certain universities accept that. So you need to make sure that you need to ask, okay, do they accept ADTP for the course that you prefer? Okay, next, diploma. Diploma is 2 to 2.5 years, mostly a 2 years program. After diploma, you'll be doing your second year degree program, right? Next. The next question, after knowing which, like I told you, which course you're going to do, after you knowing and you narrow it down, what are the pre-university programs that you want to take, And then it's time to decide whether you want to do private or public. If you want to go private, it's more to local private universities where you can do your A-level, foundation and diploma programs. If you want to go to local public universities, you also can do your matriculation, UMPM, diploma, and after STPM, you go to your local public universities. So it's your decision whether you want to do at private or public. Both are also equally good, right? Choosing a university. So sorry, I need to drink water. Okay, choosing a university. Now, when I say between public or private, some of you might think private is better, some of you think public is better, but some things like, oh, okay, I think I just want to save some money and I just go to public. And some things that, no, there's probably private is better. But the real thing is when you choose a university, public universities and private universities, there's no much differences, Ria. Public universities, tuition fees as public universities are a lot cheaper than private. But definitely we have to admit the admission is very competitive. Private universities, if you didn't get what you want, you still can consider the private option. The tuition fees is also expensive, more than the public universities, and there's also some many foreign universities with the campuses in Malaysia, right? So regardless which university you choose, is either public or private, it's about you, how you're going to do and how you're going to study that. So I'm giving the options of public universities and private universities just to give you an idea. Public universities nothing lesser than private universities. Private universities are nothing lesser than public universities. It's just a general idea, right? Okay, and also they have polytechnics. Polytechnic offers courses in vocational and technical subjects. These schools in Malaysia are famous for their skills, workforce, and knowledge, right? So anything to do with skills, JPK skills, you can go opt for the polytechnics and college communities. They have in Malaysia, we have technical and vocational educational for certification and diploma courses in college community. Okay, next, mostly asked question. Okay, frequently asked question, the differences between credit transfer and twinning. Many of you are not sure what's the difference about credit transfer and twinning program, right? When a university mentioned we have credit transfer and we have twinning program, most of the students get confused. What is credit transfer? What is twinning program? Okay, credit transfer is you can transfer to your university of your choice to complete degree by transferring your credit hours to other universities. To make it simple, I'll make it a simple layman term. You all don't need to read that. Okay, when I'm doing my first year degree program, right? When I'm doing my first year degree program, I have 6 subjects for one semester. Sorry, 6 subjects for one semester. So every subject, once I perform it, I'll get a credit hour. Okay, once I complete it, I'll get a credit hour. After I completing my first year, I can take the whole credit hours and I transfer to another universities in Malaysia or overseas. That's what I mean by credit transfer. Next, twinning. When I say twinning programs, they come with the partner universities. Let's say you're choosing a specific university, they already have their partner universities, right? So credit transfers and twinning is two different things. Credit transfer is you choose, let's say you're doing your first year degree in a certain university, you want to transfer to Australia or Canada for university that you like. It's not your partner university in that specific university. So you can easily credit transfer with the subject that you have done before. So they'll deduct certain subjects, they'll include certain subjects in based on the university that you choose. Okay, twinning is where the program, the university is already with partnership with the specific university, so it's easy for you to twin. 2 years there'll be 2 plus 1. So 2 years you'll be doing in Malaysia, 1 year you transfer to that university that they partner with. So these are the difference between credit transfer and also twinning program. Next, is public education better than private education? This is very, very hot topic. So there's no study that validates this nation as both types of education have their unique strength. Most important thing is you need to have a good communication skill, critical thinking, relevant experience, and willingness to learn. And when you come out as a graduate, then employers so sorry. then employers will hire you, right? So it's very important to know which are the job prospects after you finishing your studies or graduating from a certain universities. Okay, next. Why are the majority graduates are unemployed? First, they have a very poor communication in English. Second, questionable self-confidence. When after you finishing your graduate, why most of them are unemployed is because you have a poor communication skills in English. So this is the time for you to gain your experience, to have a good speaking skills, to be a better communicator in English, so that you have an opportunity out there, and also build your self-confidence. So in accordance to that, this is the reason why after a student finish its SPM and they will transfer to do their English language examination. So every universities, you have to remember that you have a English language examination test to be taken in order to enter the specific university. So there's PT academic test, there's TOEFL, there's English international testing system, English test were called MUET. So PT academic test is mostly used in Australia, New Zealand, US, UK and Canada. Why some students take PT academic test is because they want to transfer to Australian universities. So in order for you to go to Australia, you need to take this test, right? It will be more like before you entering the country, you need the certification in English. So this is why, well, let's say you're going to study at Australia, and then you want to continue working there for employment purpose. They need to know whether you're eligible for their English test program, because that's their major language in that country, right? They have TOEFL also, where mostly used in US, Australia, UK and Canada, and IELTS mostly used in also Australia, Canada, New Zealand and also UK. Most common English that language examination that all of us know is MUET, where we do it in Malaysia. It's Malaysian University English test, where it's done in Malaysia and also Singapore. You can use it in Malaysia and Singapore. So out of all these first three you can use it in internationally, but MUET you only can use in Malaysia and Singapore. So if you have a planning to stay in Malaysia or fly to Singapore, you can take MUET. But you have a planning to continue or to do in Australia or any other countries, you can take the other three examination, English language examinations, right? Okay. Other questions to ask yourself, regardless the questions that I tell, which institution, which course to choose, whether you want to go to public or private universities, all these, there's some 4 major questions that you have to ask yourself as well. Will this course qualify you for your dream job? Once you take the course that you wanted, let's say culinary arts, right? Once you take the course, just remember that the dream job that you wanted, does it bring it to that, right? Don't take the wrong course, but you can't get employed, right? It's very, very important to know that the course that you pick has the connection with the job that you want to, right? So you can't be taking a course where a dream job that you wanted, but it's no relevancy, right? So you already have a dream job, but you go and take the wrong course, and you shouldn't be regretting about it, because you're going to spend a solid 3 to 4 years to do one whole course. So just remember the course that you're taking, does it qualify for your dream job? This is the first question. So check the accreditation every time. Second, do you need financial aid? So if you think financial aid is also a major problem, try to check on the scholarship and loans offers. So while doing your SPM, make sure that you check scholarship that are offered by certain universities, so that you know that, okay, they have this scholarship for 8As or 9As, and then you work hard for that, right? Third, what's your budget for college? Okay, watch out for the budget. If you have sufficient budgets from family or the income enough for you to give for your education. Fourth, when do you plan to start your college? Also remember to take note of your intake dates, because after getting your result, you don't want to wait too long or too short also to go into the intakes, right? So these are the major things that you also have to remember, because we don't want to miss anything in between, right? So after your result, there's a lot of things to take consideration, but these are the few things that I shared. and which is also important for you, right? So I think that before I share the next slide, I think there's a question. Apa beza asasi diploma STPM dengan matrix dan antara semua tu mana lebih baik untuk masuk selepas SPM? So I believe I already answered the question. This was way earlier. The difference between diploma STPM dengan matrix. So what's the difference between, so this person named Nurul Lisa from SMK Taman Desaminium, she asked what's the difference between diploma, STPM and matrix, right? So diploma is the subjects that I told like for 2 years. STPM, so let's say you want to do diploma, if you have the money, then you can go to universities to do your diploma, you can enter and do your diploma. If you not, you can still do your STPM after your SPM, right? And then you can do your bachelor degree in a public university. And matriculation is more to government subsidized program where you will apply for that and you will get it. And from all this, which is the best to enter after SPM, there's no limitations on the subjects that to enter after SPM. So you can enter in whichever course that you feel that is suitable for you, right? If there's any question, please drop down. I'll try to answer as many as I can. There's one short video that I'll show you quickly. Okay, I'll show you quickly. Probably short of time, but I'll show you later. Before that, just remember that education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Why I say that? Because it is the key for eliminating a gender inequality, reduce poverty, or create a sustainable manner to prevent needless death and illness to fostering peace. So it's very, very important. Education is very important and it's also powerful. It is the new currency for economic as well. It is also the best investment. So education, please remember that education is very important, right? So before I end the slide for my on today's presentation, if you have any question, please type in a comment so that I can share whatever things that you need, or if you have any questions about any courses or what are the things that you need to do after SPM, feel free to ask. I'll answer as much as I could. Before I end, I'm from, like I told earlier, I'm from UOW Malaysia KDU. I'll share a quick things about UOW Malaysia KDU, right? So UOW Malaysia KDU, we have university, or known as University of Wollongong Malaysia KDU, and we have 3 campuses. One in Metropolis Glenberry, second one is Penang at Georgetown, and third is Batu Kawan, right? So UOW is another pioneer campus in Malaysia where we have initially in Wollongong, Australia, right? They opened a new branch in Malaysia, right? Okay, why UOW Malaysia KDU? We are internationally recognized. UOW Malaysia KDU is a part of University of Wollongong Australia Global Network. UOW is one of the best modern university. They are also known for top 2% in the world. They are globally ranked among top 200 universities in the world. And our QS World ranking is 196 and 10th in Australia, right? We are 5-star rating in QS World University ranking for 2020. And we are number 1 New South Wales in Australia, right? Especially in our quality indicators for learning and teaching, okay? UOW is Malaysia KDU is like a bridging gap between Australia and Asia. That's why you have a campus in Malaysia. Our university ranking for 2021, our is 196. Other universities are in their position as mentioned. Study abroad opportunities where we're giving, if the students in UOW Malaysia, you can transfer to Australia when you enroll to certain courses, right? And it's also enhance your employability prospect after your graduation. Okay, we have also campuses in Australia, Dubai, and also Hong Kong, right? One institution with 4 international learning experience, because we have in Dubai, KL, Hong Kong, and Australia, right? So your study pathways, our first foundation and degree will be in Malaysia. Our second degree, you can choose to be in Malaysia, and third year also you can be in Malaysia. Or your second year, you can be in Dubai or Hong Kong, and your final year, you can do in Australia. Or another option, after finishing your first year in Malaysia, you can go your second year and third year in Australia. These are the UOW network pathways. Alumni network, after graduation, our alumni is a very huge community where we have 200,000 leaders and innovators. Our employability, highest rate of employability, we have been operating in Malaysia for more than 35 years. Top 1% for graduated as rated by global employees, right? And these are school and departments that we offer. We have School of Business, Built Environment, Communication and Media, Computing and Creative Media, Hospitality and Tourism, Culinary Arts, Health Science, Law, Engineering, Professional Accountancy, Education, Pre-University Studies, and ADP, American Degree Transfer Program, right? Like I told earlier, not in regards to that, but remember to take a proper course that you think that suits you, right? So you can take a guideline, like, okay, if you're in School of Business, you can take, okay, these are the business courses that I want to do. So do study and do your research on that, right? So I will be ending my topic here for today. Let's do your best and keep calm, and good luck for your SPM. If you have any questions, please type in the comment section below so I can answer your questions. If there's any questions, anyone with any questions? I tried to answer as much as I could. Cikgu?
Okey. Ada tak yang nak tanya soalan pada konsultan kita pada hari ini? Boleh type di ruangan komen. Okay, thank you very much Miss Winisha. Kita bagi 1 minit sekejap untuk mereka type jika ada soalan ya Miss Winisha.
Boleh cikgu, no problem cikgu.
Alright. Okay. Kita ada satu soalan sini, satu soalan.
I'm interested in nanotechnology, but it is not so famous in Malaysia. I'm worried won't have many job opportunities. Okay, so yes, the thing is, it is not famous. Okay, there's a lot. Okay, yeah, Shrin Ganeshan. Okay, that's a very good project program that you thought of. But the one thing is, you have to remember, niche programs, yes, there's not many opportunities, but there is opportunities out there, which means you need to really get to know what are the industries which taking employees for nanotechnology. That's the first thing. So your research should start, where is the company or which industry do hire the nanotechnology. The second thing, if you know these are the companies that are hiring the nanotechnology, go and look and scroll. What are the requirements they need? Do they need Bachelor Degree, or they need Masters, or do they need PhD? So from that, you know what are the highest rank they need for your nanotechnology program. So from there, you know, okay, until this extent I need to study, or I just need to do my degree in nanotechnology. After that, I can find another job. Or if you feel that there's no enough opportunity in Malaysia, you still can go to different country, get some experience, and bring in the industry here in Malaysia. Because at the end of the day, we want our country to grow. If you think it's not famous in Malaysia, you as a younger generation have to grow that industry in Malaysia. So these are the few things. Okay, another question. Rania Shamita Devendran is taking an English test necessary to study in universities in the UK. Yes, so certain requirements in UK, there is a certain requirements. So after SPM, you can't straight go to UK universities. There's certain requirements for different universities. So let's say the King's College London, they are expecting certain English requirement, you need to complete that. So what you can do, Rania, you can, let's say you want to join a certain specific universities in UK, go to their profile and just have a look, what are the minimum requirement they need. So sometimes they say they need SPM with IELTS or with MUET. So just go and look their official website. From there, you can see what are the English tests that you need to take. So before you can fly to UK, you can take the test here in Malaysia, you can complete it online, and then you can fly to UK. Right? Okay. Is there any other question? I hope I've answered. Anyone? Anyone
Okay,
else?
ada lagi tak? If you have any questions, do type it in the comment section there. So Miss Winisha will going to answer your questions, yeah?
For Rania, the English requirement, which is the test, is IELTS. You take IELTS for UK. Yeah. Yes, that's the answer for that. Is there any other questions, anyone? You're welcome, Rania. All the best.
Okay, Miss Rinisha, just in
Cikgu?
case if the students or the teachers they would like they want to contact you, is there any way to contact you?
Yes, I will share my. Where can I share my number? I mean, not my personal number, probably my office number or anything. Or I'll drop an email. Probably they can email me.
Okay, can you type in the chat box there? I paste it at the comment section. They can copy.
Okay. Yeah, probably they are shy or what.
Yeah.
Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. I'm so sorry. If there's any more question, please drop. I'll feel free to drop. So this is your only option. I'll tell as much as transparent as I could. Because I don't think so many of you all can go out there and ask this kind of questions easily. So I'll try to educate as much as I could from my end.
Baik, sementara menunggu tu, jika ada lagi para peserta, para penonton yang belum mendaftar, boleh scroll sedikit di atas ya. Telah diletakkan pautan ataupun link pada pendaftaran hari ini. Pastikan isi dengan betul supaya memudahkan bahagian penjanaan sijil ya. Okey, kita dah ada email wakil daripada UOW, okey, bagi guru-guru yang berminat untuk menjemput ataupun para pelajar yang hendak mengetahui lebih lanjut mengenai topik ataupun program-program yang dianjurkan ataupun yang ada di UOW, bolehlah hubungi melalui email yang tertera di bahagian komen.
Yes.
Miss Rinisha, looks like there are no questions here. Yeah.
Okay, no problem, teacher. I also want to take opportunity to thank Puan Susila from SMK section Bandar Kinrara for. Oh, okay. You're most welcome, Hardip. I would like to thank Puan Susila, the councillor of Bandar Kinrara 3, Mariati and Shanshina. Also, all those are my school councillors. So I would like to thank them.
Wow, okay. So, thank you very much, Miss Rinisha from UOW. Thank you very much for the sharing.
Thank you so much for moderating the show. I really appreciate it.
Okay, hopefully that we can work together again with SMK Section 4 Bandar Kinrara, yeah?
Okay, sure. Thank you, teacher. Thank you so much. Have a good day. All the best, everyone, for your SPM.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Baiklah hadirin dan hadirat sekalian, kita sudah sampai ke penghujung program untuk hari ini. Saya sebagai moderator sepanjang 3 hari program ini dijalankan, ingin memohon kemaafan atas segala kekurangan sepanjang mengendalikan program Jalinan ataupun Jaringan bersama IPTS dan konsultan dan Sekolah Fasa 1 tahun 2020. Adakah kita akan adakan lagi Fasa 2 pula? Siapa tahu, jika anda rasa program ini bermanfaat dan patut diteruskan, jangan lupa untuk berikan sokongan. Jangan lupa untuk subscribe channel rasmi SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara dan juga share info ini di Facebook anda kerana kita juga bersiaran langsung di Facebook SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara. Akhirul kalam, saya Puan Ahmadi Filzah Abindi, moderator bagi program sepanjang 3 hari. Sekali lagi mengucapkan ucapan terima kasih kepada Barisan Pentadbir SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara, Wakil IPTS dan konsultan iaitu Fan Education, Help University, kita ada UOW KDU dan juga pada hari pertama Segi University. Terima kasih juga kepada semua guru daripada 8 buah yang turut serta untuk 3 hari ini, kepada murid-murid daripada seluruh Malaysia mungkin, siapa tahu, okey, khasnya 8 sekolah yang telah turut serta, ibu bapa, penjaga, hadirin dan hadirat atas kesudian untuk hadir menjayakan program Jaringan, Jalinan dan Jaringan bersama IPTS, konsultan dan sekolah fasa 1 tahun 2020. Diharapkan agar tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dapat memberi sokongan yang seterusnya untuk program yang seterusnya dan semoga program ini dapat disebarluaskan kepada seluruh warga pendidik dan juga murid-murid khasnya. Oleh itu, sekian sahaja daripada kami, pihak penganjur, Unit Bimbingan dan Kaunseling SMK Seksyen 4 Bandar Kinrara. Sehingga kita berjumpa lagi di program yang akan datang insya-Allah. Terima kasih saya ucapkan. Selamat tinggal dan bye-bye.